what she's talking about. Like, you are grown. Like that was probably a newsflash for you. She was like, well, first of all, that's how you got here. Boo. She was like, don't worry about what I'm doing. You're grown. I'm grown. Don't read my profile. She was like, I'm blocking my daughter. All right. I love her reaction right there. Finally got you. All right. Hey, but I just want to point out from all of the comics, when she was like, that's my mom, we were all like, bullshit. Like, like that made the rest of this night awkward in a motherfucker right now. Yeah, nah, she's really beautiful. Big round of applause for Natalie's mama. Thank y'all for coming out. Alright, man, before I bring up to the stage right now your headliner, man, I want to thank all y'all for coming out to support a live comedy show, man. I'm going to pass around a tip jar, man, because as headliner, he is really special, man, and I want to make sure he can at least buy a pack of cigarettes. So, we're going to pass this around right now, man, and I want y'all to get ready for, hold on to your seats right now. Y'all are in for a treat. Start clapping your hands right now. Start clapping your hands right now for my man, Mr. DJ Sandhu.
Michael Calvin Jr., everybody. Thank you for putting this on. One more time for him. One time for Natalie's mom. Natalie's been doing this, what, 2 months? 2 months now? I've been doing this 6 years. My parents haven't been on one show. Right? And now Natalie's mom understands exactly why the fuck not. She's like, it's my last time coming too, for sure.
I'm done. Lies.
Man. And Veterans Day's Tuesday? Tomorrow, Tuesday. Give it up for the troops really quick. Yeah, we complain when it hits 90. They're out there living on the sun so we can have freedom of speech tonight. That's fucking beautiful. Actually, my brother's serving overseas right now. He's a bartender in London. Those drinks don't serve themselves. Actually, I love drinking. I love drinking. I'm drinking water right now because I drank a little too much yesterday and I can't handle it. I really like Irish car bombs. You guys know what Irish car bomb is? Oh, I love those. Problem is, when you look like me, you can't really say car bomb in public. Not with this beard. I don't want that confusion twice. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out, man. 2014. This is the future, right? This is the future. That's what I thought growing up as a kid in the 80s, like 2014. That's the future, right? And like, never mind like gay rights and like equal pay for women and shit like that. This is what equality looks like for me in 2014. There's an Indian guy playing basketball professionally now. The Kings signed an Indian dude to play basketball. We get paid to play basketball now. That's equality for me. I read his story. It turns out he's 7'5". And I was like, that's not a fucking Indian guy. That's a mutant. That's two Indian guys super glued to each other. I love sports. Athletes amaze me, man. Athletes fucking amaze me. You know, I read stories like Lance Armstrong. He got a testicle removed and still went on to be one of the fastest cyclists in history, right? That's crazy. That's inspiring. Like, overcoming adversity like that. Oscar Pistorius doesn't have legs and can outrun anybody in this room. Alright, one of the fastest men in history, a double amputee. That brings a tear to my eye, man. That's amazing. Like, it just makes me realize I'm never gonna be that ESPN Feel Good Story of the Year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too lazy for that shit. Like the other day I was trying to make dinner, and it's just spaghetti, not that hard. But I looked over at the sink, and I saw that my wooden spoon was dirty. I was like, fuck it, I'm ordering pizza. Like, athletes are amazing. They're amazing. You know who's amazing and doesn't get enough credit for this shit at all? And Rio Linda, I feel like you guys can sympathize with me on this. Crackheads are amazing people. They are. They don't get enough credit. All right, look, this is what crackheads can do. They can go to Walgreens and buy Sudafed, made. It's Sudafed already, and take it home and melt it down into separate parts and turn it into meth. These are high school dropouts. They don't have a background in this shit. Like, that's amazing. Like, all right, to put it in perspective, that's like if you went to Safeway and you bought a loaf of bread and you took it home and separated it back out into flour and water and then made fucking meth. They're not getting enough credit. They're just not. It's 2014, man. This is the future. That's what I thought growing up as a kid in the 80s, man. I thought we'd be able to teleport by now, right? Or like at least have flying cars. That doesn't make sense. We don't have flying cars yet. That's garbage. Honestly, I think we have flying cars. The problem is the government doesn't trust us with that technology, right? So let's be honest. Most of you guys haven't mastered the art of driving on the fucking ground. Right? You haven't. This is a real problem. Is we're too politically correct now as a society, right? We would have to profile, and not everybody would be allowed to have a flying car. You know, and we don't really want to be profiled. Like, I'm sorry, Asians, you don't get flying cars. You just don't. And miss, I don't know what you're laughing at. Women don't get flying cars. You kidding me? You're terrified.
Never had an accident, never had a speeding ticket, nothing.
Alright, well then you're a fucking unicorn. Because the last thing we need is some broad late to work putting her makeup on in the mirror of a flying car. It's not going to be good.
That's her right here.
That's why she didn't speak up. She's like, I'm just going to sit in the shadows, and she's like, thanks for putting me on Front Street like that. That's great. We can't, man, we can't. I had to buy a new car recently. I was doing a show in LA. My car took a shit on me, and I came back to Sacramento, and I figured I wanted to buy a Jetta, because I believe you don't have to be a faggot to want to look like one. I know, it's a horrible word. I shouldn't say that. Jetta. It's, no, really, I don't like the faggot word. I don't. It's a messed up word. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of gay friends. I'm wearing a purple velvet jacket in Rio Linda. You don't get eyebrows like this hanging out with heteros your whole life, right? I don't like the faggot word. I wish the faggot word was more like the N-word. Like, you got to be black to say the N-word, right? Michael Calvin Jr., ambassador for all of his people right now. Don't try that. I don't like it. Like, what if you had to be gay to say faggot? How funny would that be? Like, then you'd be over at Faces in downtown Sacramento just seeing dudes like, you do not want to roll on me and my faggots. Okay, my faggots go hard, son. We will come up from behind. And then gay black dudes are the only ones that can say faggot ass nigga. Look, hey, he's smiling about it, alright? You guys can fucking laugh. Everybody's like, is Michael Calvin laughing at this? No, we're just gonna laugh at this at the office tomorrow when there's no Negroes around. No, man, I don't like that word. I have a lot of gay friends. I do. I hate when people say ignorant shit like being gay is a choice. It's not a choice. I hate to break it to you. This is how you know it's not a choice. No hetero man ever woke up one day and thought to himself, you know what I think I'm gonna try today? Yeah, a dick. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, put it in my butthole, see what happens. No, you're either born with that thought or you don't have that thought at all. And I know this for fact. If I was gay, and that's a big ass if, please don't spread rumors, I'd be the worst gay guy ever. Because I gag when I'm brushing my teeth. I'm pretty sure I give a horrible blowj. I also know this, if I was gay, I definitely would not date a black man. You couldn't fucking pay me. And it's nothing racist, like I don't like black people, just I don't want to be bleeding from the ass for like a week. I'm pretty sure if I was gay, I'd have a strong Asian fetish.
Sorry.
Dude, man, I love gay dudes, because I'm single. I'm a single guy. Hey, Mom. I'm single, so I love gay dudes, because gay dudes take themselves out of the running completely. When you're a single guy, gay guys are kind of on your team. Like, they're not going for the same prey at all. Like anything you can do to take yourself out of the running from me, fucking do it. Get a neck tattoo, suck a dick, whatever. Like, take yourself out the run. I just don't like lesbians, because that's more competition for me. Like, I'm not gonna beat a woman for the same job. She knows how to use all the equipment and everything. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, to me, lesbians are like the person on an airplane that has a window seat then closes the shutter. Like you got the seat everybody wants and you're using it completely wrong. Right? I appreciate that. I do, man. I do like gay dudes. No homo. I think it's funny that we have to say that. As a hetero guy, like, you say something that could be confused as gay, you gotta immediately, like, validate your heterosexuality, like, no homo. That's the only thing we do it with, right? You've never seen somebody like, I just took all my bottles and cans to recycling, got $12 for that shit, no hobo. Not even worried about it. I would like to say something to you ladies, on behalf of every man that you've ever met in your life. Stop complaining about how hard you have it. You really don't. You don't have it that hard. You just don't. Like, what do we have on you Like, we can pee in a bush. That's about it. Like, we can pee where, and that's not even that cool of a superpower. Because if you've been to an A's game, it's just like 50 dudes at a trough trying not to look at each other's dicks. It's not even that cool. Like, women, you get away with so much. You don't even understand. Like, there's so many things that work in your favor. So many double standards that work in your favor. Like, what's a girl's best friend? Diamonds. Isn't that beautiful? What's man's best friend? Fucking dogs. Dogs. You got diamonds and we got dogs. That's not fair at all, but it makes sense. Like, we picked a best friend that they have all the attributes that we wish we had that we don't have. Right? Like, women, you pick diamonds as your best friend because, I mean, you would like to be beautiful forever, but it's just not in the cards. I'm sorry. Yeah, see, but that's why we didn't pick diamonds, because we're not delusional. We picked dogs. You know why we picked dogs? Because dogs do everything that we wish we could do. Everything. Like, fellas, when's the last time your friend got a toy that you wanted and you couldn't afford it? Wouldn't you like to just pee on it so nobody can enjoy it? Right? Dogs do that shit. The other day, my brother's friend came over and she's gorgeous. My dog just bolted over and started humping her leg, and I was like, bro, I was thinking the same thing. We should be best friends. Ladies, you have so much going. You don't understand. The other day, my coworker came up to me and she's like, "Hey DJ, you're getting a lot of gray hair." That's not funny. That's fucking mean. That's hella mean, right? Let's switch it now. Let's say I went to her cubicle and I was like, "Hey Ray, couldn't help but to notice your crow's feet are getting really deep, and your breasts are a little closer to the ground this year than they were this time last year." I said the same thing she did, but now I'm in an HR meeting. That's not fair. It's not fair. Ladies, you take some shit you take for granted. You take this for granted, ladies. You can just stare at children. Yeah. Children that aren't yours. You can just look at them. I can't look at kids, not with this beard in the school zone. Fuck no. And that sucks because children are adorable. Like, the other day I saw this kid, he fell down for no reason other than he forgot to just keep standing. It's adorable. I want to watch that shit all day. Man, this has been a good year for me so far, actually. This just happened. I just bought a new house. Cool. Only a couple women happy for me, and then the guys are just like, yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit? Like, just three thirsty bitches that are like, oh, you got a house though? Like, all right. What's your name, boo boo? I can look past that mouth muff now. Fuck. I was excited to get my own house too, because I heard the same thing that every guy hears when he first moves out of his parents' house. Like, bro, you probably heard this. Do you live with your parents still? Cool. What did all your friends tell you when you moved out of your parents' house? Nothing? Oh, about time? Do you not have friends? Is that the problem?
He was in jail.
What's that? He was in jail?
That's my fault.
I feel like I shouldn't be talking to him now. Is he the wrong person to be doing this bit on? No, alright, he just doesn't want to be honest because there's so many women here and you don't want to look like a dog. This is what every guy hears when he leaves his parents' house. All your friends tell you the same thing, right? You're going to get laid all the time now, huh?
Yep.
Didn't happen though, did it? You heard that myth, right? Didn't happen. Well, what did happen? You finally got to watch porn with the volume on. Right? It's just as good. It's just as good. What's that? It feels real. It does. Hey, let me tell you this. Don't watch 3D porn. No, it's not, it's good in theory, but in practice, not so much. It's really coming at you. It's not as fun. It's definitely not as fun. That's another thing I thought we'd have in 2014. I thought we'd have 3D TVs that we can like walk inside of. Not just shit that looks real. Like I thought we could like actually walk inside of it. Instead, we're just watching the Kardashians run errands for an hour a day. Like, look, TV's not better at all right now. But I'm single, and it sucks, man. It sucks. Who's single here? Any other than mom?
Sorry, Mom.
Also, what dating website are you using?
No, DJ. Want to ride home?
Calvin will take me. We're good. Plus, Lyft isn't that expensive. Or if this all goes well, your mom will give me a ride home. So you can't keep it in the pants, keep it in the family.
She's very nice.
I hate online dating, man. Online dating's the worst. Because when you're a dude, online dating is like job hunting. It's like, you really, like, you just gotta make a resume of all the coolest shit you've ever done in your life, and then just submit it to all these women that are trying to fill a vacancy. And hopefully one of them calls you back and is like, yeah, we want to have a face-to-face interview with you. And so on that day, you wear your best clothes, you shower, you try not to say fuck or make a rape joke. That joke cost me $140 on Match.com. Is that the one? Match.com? Is it Match? You're too pretty for Tinder. You're way too classy for Tinder. Way too classy for Tinder.
Sorry, Mom.
Hate it, man. Dating sucks. Dating's fucking... Because, alright, like, all my friends keep taking me out to, like, clubs and stuff so I can meet women. And I'm not the club kind of a guy. Like, I'm a wallflower. I don't belong in clubs. Like, I'm not that guy that can be in the middle, like, fist bumping. And, like, you know, I can't just go wearing, like, flip-flops and a baseball hat with a tank top, like the date rape starter kit. I'm not that guy. Like, plus I have this problem where, like, I sing along to every song that's on, which is fine if they're playing like Bombs Over Baghdad or something, like, good. Outkast, fine. But then eventually they're gonna play Rihanna, and now I'm dancing along like I want to be the only girl in the world. Nobody wants to dance with that shit. I hate dating, man. It sucks. The only thing that's worse than being single is being in a committed relationship. That shit's the worst. That's terrible. No, but really, dating is rough, right? Like, are you ladies dating? You're married? Cool. So you opted out.
I'm
Divorce. Okay, cool. So you're back in it.
Been there, done that.
So what? You're on Tinder then? Nailed it. Did we match today? Actually, did we match? I don't know. Probably. I stood out a lot. I mean, my profile picture is me dressed as Jafar. I'm not making this up. I wish I was. That's how little respect I have for myself.
That's right. Yes.
Good, cool. You didn't answer my my message though. You ignored it after that though. You're a lazy swiper, huh? You're like, I just want to save battery and data, and I'm just gonna say yes to everybody and see who I match with. Sift through the ashes later.
I swipe right to very few.
You just said I swipe white. So I was like, yeah, I figured this is Rio Linda. I mean, I didn't think there's a whole lot of mixed race babies walking around here. You know where you live? Oh yeah, there's way less mixed race babies in Roseville. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Dude, man, this is why dating sucks. It's because we grew up on the same thing. Like, we both grew up on Disney, and now we don't understand each other. We can't communicate. Like, communication's rough for us because Disney's telling you something totally different than it's telling you. Like, Disney's telling you can lose your shit, and Prince Charming is just gonna bring it to you. You're gonna be happily ever after, right? That's simple as pie. You can be knocked out in a fucking coma, and Prince Charming is gonna find you and happily ever after. No effort on your part at all. You don't gotta go to college, get interesting, nothing. Just take a nap, I'll be there. Problem is, those same movies aren't teaching me how to grow up to be Prince Charming, are they, fellas? So what did I learn from Aladdin? If I lie, I can get any girl I want. Right? Beauty and the Beast taught me it doesn't matter if you're ugly. If you got money, you'll be okay. It sucks, man. I hate dating. I actually, if I sound bitter, it's because I just got out of a relationship. And it hurts. It sucks when you see something that reminds you of your ex, you know what I mean? Like the place where you first kissed or where you buried her body. It's just awkward for everybody. I just got out of a relationship, and it sucked because she had an English accent, and I love that. I really love that. Like, fellas, you like the English accent? No, this is Rio Linda. They're like, fucking America, alright? Like, no. French accent, like a sexy Spanish accent, not like a dirty Mexican accent, but like a sexy one from Spain. Yeah? You a guy with an Indian accent? Why'd you look up there first? You looked up there and chuckled, and alright, I get it. You just tried your hardest to not say, fuck no, I hate it. You can keep it, brown man, I hate that shit. I get it. There's nothing sexy about an Indian accent. I understand that. Because no girl wants to turn around and see some dude like, oh yes, mommy, come and fuck me. And I know this guy grew up with a dad who doesn't speak very good English and made some shit just really weird and awkward. Like, one time my parents were in the room arguing for an hour, right? My dad comes out looking abused. I was like, Pops, man, what's wrong? He looks me in the eye, he's like, your mother? She is so mad at me right now. She just ate my ass out. I was like, nah, Dad, I think you mean she chewed your ass out. She ate your ass out. You might not be complaining right now. So one time we went to Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box drive-thru with my dad. We get up to the front window, and the girl at the Jack in the Box drive-thru window is like, sir, is there anything else I can get for you? And he looks at her, he's like, yes, can I get a little head? She's like, excuse me? He's like, I just want a little head. And so the manager comes out, and he's like, what'd you just say to my employee, man? She's back to crying, she's traumatized. And my dad's just frustrated at this point. He's like, I just want a little bit of head, bring us a little bit, how come I don't get a little bit of head? And the manager's like, sir, are you talking about an antenna ball? Because it's a little head. You'll get it tomorrow in Roseville at a stop sign, maybe. So we're pulling away. My dad's like, shit. I was like, what's wrong, Pops? He's like, I really wanted a blowjob. Thank you, Rio Linda. I've been DJ Sandhu. Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, man. One more time for your headliner, DJ Sandhu. Make sure you find him on Facebook. Follow me, the Third Honey Guy. Also follow all the comics you saw on Facebook. Stephen Fury, a big round of applause for Steve. Natalie Paulson, if you're not her friend. Cole Black. I've been your host. My name is Michael Calvin Jr. Thank all y'all for coming out to support live comedy. We're gonna probably be doing this every month, the second Sunday of the month. Laugh It Off Comedy. Thank all y'all for coming out. God bless you. Drive home safe. Tip your wait staff. Yes, it is.
It's a real.